and really start a feud.
Well,
and then the matches would have been easy, would have been good. Then we could have got these guys over even more. They could have been champions, and they could have gave the belts to. I mean, it could have just went on and on.
Same thing happened when the Powers of Pain came.
Same thing.
For some reason, they couldn't have two evil teams. There was Powers of Pain fans, there was Demolition fans, but all of a sudden they had to turn us good guys. And for a while, people farted at it. I mean, why couldn't they have a? Yeah, right.
Well, you know, and honestly, we told the Powers of Terry will tell you this, Warlord. We told the Powers of Pain to go up there and work with you guys.
Yeah.
When they came, we were doing the scaffold matches with the Powers of Pain. And they, you know, loser in the scaffold matches, you got to jump off. I looked at Terry and Barbarian. I said, "Are you guys gonna jump? Because I know I'm done jumping. If you two jump, there's no ring. Because they would blow up, right? And then when you have to gimmick the ring for that to blow up?" And they came to me one day and they said, "Joe, we're really thinking about going to New York." And I said, "Go, man. You have a great run with Demolition. Go ahead, go." And I told them to go. I said, I would, if I were you two, I would not jump off that scaffold. And that's when they left.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, poor Ivan got thrown in it.
Oh. You know, but sometimes, you know, you have to put a little effort into these plans. You know, just like if you got 5 good baseball pitchers, you don't get rid of 3 of them.
Got to have a bullpen.
You guys were all veteran tag wrestlers at that point. You had a lot of success in your respective teams. Did you guys ever approach Vince or whoever was, you know, or Pat Patterson, whoever was kind of running creative at the time, and say, "Listen, maybe we should try doing it this way instead of that way"? Or is that not something you guys would have done?
It's hard for the wrestling fan to understand. You really don't go to the boss and pitch your idea. You can have a conversation and express how you feel things, maybe you would like it to go, and even though it's all for the benefit of the company, but pretty much soon as one guy has got their idea, it's written in stone and it stays that way for some reason. It doesn't change.
And you better be excited about that idea. Otherwise,
great idea.
Otherwise, you're from here down to here. Oh, you don't like that? Well, then we'll put you in the opening match.
Because there was no reason at all. When we wrestled the first tag match, remember you guys dropped the belts to us?
Yeah.
That was like, we all organized it. This is the stupidest thing.
It's like the people just went, huh?
Why?
You know, there was no drawing
and they knew that it was a setup. But I think Joe's right. You don't. You have to be creative in your approach to the boss, whoever the boss is. Going back to my own experience when I was a Smash Superstar with George Scott, and George gave me my break, and I'll ever be grateful to him. But you don't go to George and say, "George, I think this stinks." You give him some suggestions and conversation, and then he takes that idea and comes back to you in a couple weeks, and you say, "Damn it, that's why you're the boss. I wish I'd have thought about that."
See, now I think their mentality when all this was going on, though, is that we've already been there, the longest reigning champions, you know, 3-time champions already. So it's like, yeah, I think it's enough for the Demolition. Let's bring in this new tag team, and they'll beat them, and then they'll be up here.
Yeah, but I think
instead of being here, you're here when you could have been way up here.
But see what, and he's absolutely right. But the 4 of us would have gotten together, and we would have come up with a program that would have generated more money for all of us and lasted a lot longer for all of us.
And would have been fun.
Would have been happier for all of us. But we never got that opportunity.
And it would have helped out all the other tag teams, too.
Yeah, and he's absolutely right. When we were there, tag teams drove the company. Of course, you had Hogan, you know. But, I mean, it was driven by the tag teams. Now I don't see that.
No, they're trying, but tag teams have been buried for so long. They got great teams. I mean, the Usos are pretty good, you know, Fatu's kids.
Yeah.
They're good boys, but I just don't see, because here's what happens with them. They have one set of teams, then they try to throw 2 other guys together to wrestle them.
Yeah.
You just can't throw 2 guys together.
They're going to be.
There's a chemistry that needs to be built up, and the people have to believe in them, you know.